What's up, you guys? My name is Quincy Gardner, and I am a director, filmmaker, shoot short films, do a lot of videography, music videos, weddings, and things like that. So when it comes to my footage, I like to be very particular about handling my footage. I'm constantly looking at tutorials and learning from other filmmakers as far as proper color grading, editing, and things as such. So number one thing I know a lot of people are worried about is sharpening their footage. My very first camera that I had was a Canon T2i, and I used Technicolor Cine style, and I always loved to color grade my footage. So obviously, with T2i, that's 8-bit footage, you don't have a lot of room to really grade. As soon as you start grading your footage, obviously, the footage gets muddy, and then obviously we turn to sharpening the footage to kind of get back that detail. So number one thing it's recommended is selective sharpening. Not sharpen your whole footage. For example, if I slap sharpen on this footage, let me get it really dramatic. With the whole image, now we have our sky sharpen. We don't need that. We have our road where it has our noise. All the noise is sharpened, really nasty, and a lot of other stuff where you really just don't want sharpened. So you actually want to just get it focused and just really sharpen like your edges, the edges of the sign, the edges of the tree line, but leave everything else out. So that's where selective sharpen comes in. So for looking, when I was looking for this technique, I could not find a lot for After Effects. I'm pretty sure someone out there has used it, or maybe the tutorials there, I could not find it, but I found a ton of Photoshop tutorials that use this technique. Photoshop obviously has a lot of built-in tools geared towards that for photo editing. So I just kind of put this together as far as like how to deal with actual footage and get selective sharpening without keyframing a mask. So first thing I want to do, I duplicated this footage. The first thing I want to do, put a tint effect. I want to change it to black and white. So I'm changing it to black and white with a tint effect, 100%. Next thing I want to do is find edges, because I want to find my edges. So now just change it to black and white, and we have a little gray in the middle also. So you want to curve that. I want to use the levels effect, so I can just have my blacks black and my whites white. So we'll tweak this a little bit so we can kind of, have some detail in there, but not too much. I guess that's about right. Next thing I want to do, I want to soften this up a little bit. It's really harsh, so maybe 5. Well, obviously not that much. Maybe 4. I'm going to try 4. Next thing you want to do is create an adjustment layer and name it Sharpen, or name it whatever you desire. I'm going to name mine Sharpen. Put it underneath the duplicate layer, Luma inverted, because we're going to use the edges from here to apply our sharpening effect too. So next thing you know, do Unsharp Mask. That's what I use, Unsharp Mask 100%. Actually, to show you guys what it's doing, I'm going to actually pump it up so you guys can actually see what it's doing. So as you know, this is actually being sharpened. This right here is being sharpened, the sign, the trees. So let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can actually see. So that part's being sharpened a little bit hard. Obviously you wouldn't put it on that much, but still sharpen our edges. Pretty much what we were after. It's doing what we were after. So this is essentially how you do selective sharpening without using masks. Just finding the edges, only just using this, just finding our edges, applying a blur map to, and then the sharpen effect is just gonna sharpen around these black edges, all in the parts that are black, and the parts that are white it's gonna leave alone, because that's what you want. If you're sharpening noise, it's gonna make it look really ugly, trust me. But essentially this is how you do it. So I hope this helps someone out there, as when you're shooting your film, you're in post-production and you need to make your footage look a little bit better. This is an effect that you can use if you don't want to go the route of drawing masks, keyframing them, moving around, and doing like that. Even though that is essentially, I still use that method. It's actually a great method. There's nothing wrong with that at all, but this is just an alternative to anyone wanting to just kind of do it in a little bit quicker method. And it's also gives you a lot of control. It also gives you a lot more control, and you know, with less of the hassle. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and go out there and shoot your films. Thank you.